Hey everyone, here are 5 ways to save money on rental cars. Car rentals are one of my least favorite things to spend money on when traveling. However, they're a necessary evil for many of the destinations that we like to go to. So let's get right into it. Real quick, this is Michael with Nurse Michael Travels here where we talk about award travel plans, and saving money. Tip number 1, book early and book refundable. You want to book early because it's simple economics, supply and demand. The sooner you book, the more supply there is, the cheaper price you get. So as soon as I know what travel dates I'm going to go and I have my flights and hotels booked, I go ahead and book that rental car. Although we're looking for the cheapest price, I make sure to always book the refundable option because you're never going to know what's going to happen with flight delays, plan changes, or just general cancellations in general. Plus, if you book refundable, if you find a super cheap sale later on down the road, you can always cancel that booking and make another reservation at the cheaper price. Tip number 2 is my favorite. I recommend that you use AutoSlash. I'm gonna show you how to use it real quick. All right, let me just show you how amazing this AutoSlash website is. It's my favorite, makes booking a rental car so much easier and stress-free for me. So you're gonna go to autoslash.com. You'll come to a fairly simple website here. You got option to book at an airport location or a non-airport location to pick up your rental car. And then before we go into this here, there is a track a rental option that AutoSlash offers. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. So this is amazing because all you do is just put in the company and the confirmation number that you booked for your rental car. And then you ask some follow-up questions here, the date, the price, driver information, deals, email, and then they will actually email you whenever your price goes down or if there's a better deal straight to your email address. And it's just automatic, and that's awesome. So let's get looking into how to book a rental car. So this is the main website. We'll say we're going to Phoenix, and it's going to ask us do we want to return to the same place that we picked it up. That's most often going to be yes, and probably the more cheaper option. I'll just put a random date in April since it's far away. This is a Thursday, and we're going to return it back on Monday. We'll try to return it around the same time so we don't get charged like an extra day or partial extra day. And then we go here. It'll ask for any preferences. What kind of vehicle do you like? Electric vehicles, SUV options, even gas preferences or fuel preference, I should say. So I'll typically pick the economy car. You can also click the least expensive option, and then you'll just click next. It'll ask what kind of credit cards you have. So they'll actually use those credit card promo codes that are offered with different cards. Just to define a couple of these terms here, the MasterCard World Elites and the Visa Infinite/Signature. Those are some more of your premium cards. For instance, the Venture X and the Chase Sapphire Reserve is actually a Visa Infinite card. So that's what that means. And so these are the cards I have, so I'll select these. Also ask for any memberships that you're a part of, like AAA, AAA, frequent flyer programs. Those are all free to join, and I'm part of all of them. Even warehouse clubs, Costco and Sam's Club. Costco is another big place that people rave about for cheap rental cars. I'm honestly not a Costco member, but it's nice to look it up because if the price is right, I'll become a member, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's it. And then from here, I'll ask for your email information, and then you'll hit submit. And then you do have to wait 3 to 5 minutes before they get back to you because they're searching all the websites. They'll send you an email saying your bookings are ready, and they recommend that you book as soon as possible because those deals that they find, they don't last forever, and I know this to be true. And the next tip is, you already know, if you're finding value, go ahead and like and subscribe. Press the buttons down below, you know where they are. But tip number 3, book away from the airport if possible. This saved us over $100 for our weekend getaway in Arizona where we needed a rental car. What we did is we stayed at a hotel near the airport that offered a free shuttle, and then we stayed the night, woke up early in the morning, Ubered over to the car rental place that was not at the airport, but just close enough to where it was like $5, $10 Uber ride. And we ended up saving over $100 for going to a car rental location away from the airport. Now I realize this isn't always convenient or possible, but it's something to think about and consider if it is possible. All right, real quick before we move on to the next tip, I just want to show you the power of booking away from the airport and how cheap it can actually be. So again, this is based in Phoenix, kind of the research we did earlier. So 11th through the 15th, 12 p.m. These are from the airport locations. You got budget, $340, pay less. I do pay attention to the ratings here and book accordingly. I stick to some of the bigger names such as Avis, Enterprise, or whatever.
I do pay for the value there sometimes. Anyway, so as you can see, these are the price range, $350 for a long weekend, Thursday through Monday. Now, if we look for off airport, the prices drop dramatically, and this is Enterprise. I think Enterprise is a good company here. $180, $220, over $100 savings right here just booking off the airport. I did go ahead and look up this address here. It is about 30 minutes away from the airport, so it's not close by any means, but the Lyft rides from the airport to this location is only about $30. I'd say that's quite the difference from $210 to $348 with that Uber cost, and it's a pay later with Priceline option, so you got the refundable fare there. So that's the power of booking away from the airport if you can.
Tip number 4 is to decline the primary insurance coverage that the rental car company offers and elect to use your credit card benefits instead. 3 main credit cards that are easy to use that have this benefit include the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and the Venture X from Capital One. These are 3 premium cards that do offer car insurance to use as a primary insurance coverage for your rental cars. American Express cards are typically secondary insurance. However, they do have a primary insurance program that you can sign up for whenever you do book your rental car for a very cheap fee. So that's something to look into. Another tip here is also just to do your research and look up what your car benefits offer, because each card is slightly different in terms of the limits of the coverage, the length of time, and what kind of cars they cover. Tip number 4.5, which is more of a value maximization versus a cost reduction tip, but you can upgrade your rental car for free by leveraging car rental status that you get from credit card perks. For instance, the Capital One Venture X card that I mentioned before gives you President Circle status for free with Hertz, which is top tier. And so if you book through Hertz, you can automatically get an upgrade with your card as well as an array of other benefits. And since you get the President Circle with Hertz, there are many status matching opportunities that you can use with other car rental companies if you end up not booking with Hertz. Now, I say this is a value maximization and not a cost reduction tip because to use this benefit, you actually have to buy a mid-size car and not the economy car. So technically, you might be spending a bit more to book that car in order to be upgraded versus if you were to drive an economy car. Honestly, I take advantage of the economy option because I drive a hunk of junk Honda Civic, so any other car is really a big upgrade for me. Tip number 5 is take photographic evidence of your vehicle, any damages, gas receipts, and your gas meter before turning in the vehicle and before driving off the lot. This is going to save you from any false charges from the rental car company after you submit your vehicle back in. There are tons of different reportings of falsely charged for an empty gas tank whenever it was filled. There's even charges of people being accused of stealing a car after turning it in, so make sure you get a picture of that receipt whenever you leave. Alright, there's your 5 tips on how to save money on car rentals. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what tricks do you use, if you know of any, or any horror stories from car rentals in the past. I'll see you on the next one otherwise. Thanks, y'all.